What's up, Straight Up Sister Squad? It's your girl Roxy,
And I'm La Susie.
and together we are.
Straight Up Sisters, the podcast.
I'm the Bratty,
And I'm the boss.
and we love having those deep, intimate conversations where we often agree and disagree, but still love each other.
So if you love it served up with no chaser, then you're in the right place.
We are undoubtedly your favorite girls. You know who we are.
Straight Up Sisters, the podcast.
Oh my gosh, we are coming at you live from our studio, Straight Up Sisters, the podcast, and it is so
Live from our
nice.
studios in Los Angeles, California.
It is so nice and
Straight up
crispy.
sister. It's freezing. It's not crispy.
It's so
your
crispy in
hormonal
here.
pregnancy, your pregnancy hormones are killing me.
You know what's crazy is hormones do crazy things when you're pregnant.
Hormones do crazy thing in women, period. You heard
Yeah.
of my armpit story?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that first of all, guys, welcome to
Oh, yeah.
Straight Up Sisters the
Hi.
podcast. And I actually met I'm sorry, I know of a woman that got pregnant and her cancer she got breast cancer. It like activated while she was pregnant. And then
Why?
Maria Menounos, you know that TV
Yes.
reporter, she just talked about how she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer during her pregnancy, and she fought it. So now she's gonna, like her pregnancy is safe, and she's gonna be able to like.
But it wasn't
meet her
because
baby.
of the pregnancy,
But
was it?
No, I mean they're just saying like so many different things happen to a woman's body when she's pregnant that different things get activated.
That's got to be terrifying to be diagnosed with cancer while
She-
you are incubating a baby.
She literally was like, I did not think that I was gonna meet my child. Maria Menounos.
Oh.
If you go to her Instagram account,
This
she
was
talks.
recent?
Yes, they just posted it today.
Oh wow!
I was like, wow, that is crazy. Like, for example, my armpits used to be like super white because of laser hair
Yeah.
removal, and my armpits have gotten a little bit of a dark tint again.
put lemon on it.
No, I actually bought that soap that you recommended. Remember, you recommended me a soap.
Oh yes, yes.
And I bought
the
it, and I
Reddy
feel
one?
like it has been working a little bit, but they're definitely not as white as they used to be.
Listen, children do what they want.
Yeah, my God, I'm
Get used to it.
noticing that.
You no longer have control of your body.
Well, hopefully my body will go back to being somewhat normal. Somewhat.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, it will. And you know what? Our bodies heal fast. In our family, our bodies heal
Yeah.
fast. So I'm
We
not
do
really.
have those good genes.
Yeah, and you know what? Shout out to my girl Julia that gave me a faja at my baby shower. She gave me like.
Oh, that too was from.
Yep, she gave
Should
me.
have known.
She gave me a faja. She's like, "Girl, we're gonna get you right and tight. Don't you worry about it." And I'm like,
Okay, are you struggling?
"Oh
Are you
God, I'm struggling.
sunshine?
I am struggling." My
So give us
goodness.
a bump date.
I'm almost at the finish line. So by the time this airs, which will be in 2 weeks, I am going to be
37 weeks.
37 weeks. Yeah. So I'm officially 37 weeks and the baby is fully formed. For everybody that doesn't know about science and, gestation, I'm an expert now. Okay. You can't tell me nothing. Just kidding.
She did it one time and she's an expert.
No, but a baby is fully formed after 37 weeks. So technically I could go into labor anytime.
Imagine if your water breaks here on the show.
We're out, bitch. It will be a big to be continued.
It'll be that. Remember that late night? Yeah, that late
Yeah.
night. We'll be like, peace, gotta
Yeah,
go.
you know what?
You saw it here first.
My doctor, the nurses were telling me like the moment your water breaks, you go to the hospital because yeah, that's what. But then my doula told me something different. Like the doctors tell you as soon as your water breaks, you go to the hospital. But my doula's like, no, you don't have to go to the hospital. You can labor as much as you can at
Yeah,
home.
because I know sometimes people's waters break and they're not dilated yet.
Yeah. Some people.
Some people's water never breaks.
Some people's water never breaks, but some people, the people that their water never breaks, sometimes they don't even know they're in active labor.
Well, because the water absorbs the contraction.
Yeah.
I was in active labor and my water hadn't broke. They had to break my water for me. So I thought it was easy.
A lot of
peasy.
women.
And my mom was like, do not get overconfident, girl. But I was like, look at the contractions. They're skyrocketing and I don't feel anything. Well, I didn't know that it was because my water was intact. They popped my water and immediately I was like, oh my God.
Well, usually that's a clear indication that you are about to go into labor. But there's women that their water breaks and they're just like, nope, I was in active labor for 3 days.
Oh, my
or
God.
2 days. And it's
I
just
think
like,
your mucus plug comes out first.
yeah. Did
at
your
some
mucus
point.
plug come out?
I don't
Did you see
remember.
it come out?
I don't remember.
Yeah, some it's just, every experience is different, honestly. Like you can't
And mine
compare.
was over 2 decades ago.
Yeah, you can't compare yourself to somebody else. That's what I've learned. I don't compare myself to anybody else, period, but especially not in pregnancy because like for example, my cousin Alex at my baby shower, she's
Yeah.
24 weeks pregnant. Her stomach is bigger than mine. I was already at my baby shower almost 35 weeks and my stomach isn't that big. I didn't now I know how I carry a baby, but I also know that if I carry another one,
It will be different.
It will be different.
Yeah.
Like they asked Rihanna the other day on the carpet at the Met Gala, like, hey, Met Gala, how is everything going with this pregnancy? She's like, it's completely different. She's like, I don't have any cravings, but I have nausea like a mother, but I'm happy and I feel good and I feel energetic. She's like, completely different than my first one. I want because everybody's different.
Yeah. And every baby is different.
Every
You're
baby's
creating a whole
different.
different person.
Yeah. So yeah, my bump date is that basically
Almost there.
I could go into labor at any moment. Oh my God. Woo.
Okay, rant or highlight.
What am I doing today? I'm doing a highlight, but it's also a rant at the same time.
So it's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. It's a highlight because I know I did the right thing, but it's a rant because I didn't want to do what I had to do. Right? So like my highlight is I neutered Chele. I finally got my miniature schnauzer fixed. I know it's the right thing to do because it's, I waited till Turbo was around 9 years old to neuter him. Because I don't know. There's something, I feel so bad nipping a dog's nuts. I just,
You've had no problem in the past nipping a man's nuts. Thank you. I'll be here all day.
No, but I just, oh my God, I just feel like it just kills me to have to neuter a dog. But I also know that if you don't, they're very prone to cancer. And I want Chele to live a long life. I want him to calm down a little bit. I'm about to have a baby in the mix. So, girl, he did not calm down.
He's still little.
1 week after his surgery, his motherfucker's like running loud. And I'm just like, I have to put him in because I'm like, you're not supposed to be active. Yeah, he is so energetic.
That's a sign of a happy dog.
Yeah, trying to keep up with Chula. And I have him in a little cute little compression suit because he was hating his cone.
Remember Mel?
He's like, why do you have Chele in a pajamas? I was like, it's a compression suit to keep him nice and tight. And oh my God, when he pees on it, I take it off of him. I wash it. I wash it every day. I'm like,
how does he poop?
I open up the little hole for him to poop.
How do you know when he has to poop?
I don't. I just leave the little, I leave a little slit open on the compression suit enough where he could poop.
Oh,
so he's never pooped on the suit.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes I'll zip up his weenie and then he pees on the suit.
Free the weenie.
Yeah. So yeah, my highlight is I know I did the right thing.
A protest sign. Free the weenie.
Yeah. So I did the right thing. If you do have a dog out there and you're listening and you're not going to breed them, the right thing to do is to
don't tell me twice.
Neuter
Fonzie
them.
got neutered a long time ago.
How old was Fonzie? You're supposed to neuter them when they're little.
Yeah, he was under 1.
Yeah. It's cheaper when they're little too.
Well, I have no problem removing my dog's huevos.
Yeah, so I neutered him. Girl, tell me why I went to neuter him and I cried. I was so emotional that day. I was just like,
qué ridícula.
No, I was so in my hormones and my feelings. I was just like, I dropped him off. Chela's really attached to me. So like I dropped him off and
Did
then
he look at you with those eyes?
Yeah, with those little eyes.
Going,
like, where are you going? And then so the lady's like, do you want to walk him back to his kennel? And I was like, yes. I want to like be with him until he's like, until I can't no more. So I walk him back to the kennel. And my dogs are not used to being in kennels. They run free. They have a free life. And so I put him, he's just like looking at me. And then I just look at him and fucking my tears started coming down. The vet tech was like, are you okay? I was like, I'm pregnant. I was like, everything makes me cry right now. I was like, and I'm not used to seeing my dogs in a kennel. She's like, I go, please take care of my. She's like, we got him.
Chele was like, I'm locked up. They won't let me out.
They won't let me out. That's how I felt. So yeah, they did blood work on him. Everything was fine. And then they did the neutering. And then I picked him up like at 6. And he was so like, he wasn't drugged up, but he was definitely
they're slow.
Super slow.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't himself. And so he had that big ass cone. He kept on crashing into everything. And I was like, fuck this. I'm getting him a compression suit.
Didn't you get him a donut first?
First, I got him a donut, and then he figured out how to slip out of it. And then I was like, I'm getting him a compression suit. Like, I don't want him messing with his herida. So he's recuperating. He's doing really good. But, oh, it kills me to neuter a dog. But
Well-
my highlight is I know it's the right thing to do, so I did it.
Good.
You know?
Finally. I'm proud of
I'm
you.
not breeding him with anybody.
Is Chula spayed?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
okay.
been fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spaded her quickly. I don't even remember.
See? Why
Yeah.
you spayed her so fast? Because her
Somebody offered
ovaries
no,
are
because
not-
somebody offered to do it for me, and they took her, and like it was just like I didn't have to do it, so it was just easier for me, I guess, because I had to take Chele. I don't know. I've always it hurts me when anytime I have a male dog, it hurts me when I have to neuter them.
Oh, but it doesn't hurt you to have to neuter her.
Again, somebody took her to the vet for me. I didn't have to do
Chile
it.
if you needed me to.
I know. I should have asked somebody. I was so emotionally caught up in that moment, but it was okay. That day was like the longest day. I couldn't pick him up till 6.
Dang, that's a long time.
Yeah, at 6 p.m. So you have seaweed on your mouth. Lick your lips.
Now you freaking tell
me see, it's
I'm
like right-
hello, welcome to Straight Up Sister.
Let me see. It's like right in the middle.
People probably thought it was a piercing.
Let me
You
see.
it, Austin? You're freaking looking at us.
Let me see. Okay, it's gone. Austin, you gotta let us know this shit, Austin.
He's like, I thought
Do you have
Susie
any
got a
seaweed
new
in my teeth?
piercing. No.
Okay. How's my posture, Austin? Can you see my stomach?
Pregnant.
Can you see my stomach? Okay. Yeah, so that's my highlight. I'm proud of myself. It was the longest day of life. I had a busy day that day too, but girl, I was counting down the hours. I was like, oh my God, it's 6. Oh no, it's 5:36. Like, you know when you're anticipating time and it goes by so fucking slow?
Yes.
Girl, I was there at 6:20.
Okay, you couldn't pick him up at 6 until 6, but you got there at
No,
20
I
minutes
mean
late.
6:30. Sorry, 6:30.
Oh, I'm like, wait a
Yeah, I got there
second.
at 6:20. 6:20, I was there, and he was ready to go. And
I was so happy to see you.
yeah, I met some people there that listen to Straight Up Sisters, the podcast. I forgot her name. She's like, "Oh my God, we're from Long Beach. You listen?" I was like, "Yeah, it was cool. That made me happy." But he's good now. I'm proud of
Good.
myself.
Good.
It's a 2-week recuperation process, so it's not that bad.
No,
it's really not
it's
that
easy
bad,
for
but
them.
it is. It is.
Especially
But-
with the compression suits.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a highlight. And I've been meaning to share this highlight for a minute, but there's been just so many amazing things happening that it
Another
have
amazing
gotten
thing.
pushed back on the back burner. But so I wanted to tell you what happened at my last breathwork circle.
I think you told me already.
What? I haven't told you.
Okay.
I on purpose I haven't told you. Okay, so in my breath circle, a lot of the women, my last breath work circle was in March because April I didn't have time to go.
Oh, okay. So you haven't told me.
Yeah. So it was Women's History Month, right?
Yes.
So one of the things I have noticed in my breath circle is that a lot of women, when they share after the breath work, they have had visions or something of the sort. I never had experienced that. My experience was always physical, like a burning in my stomach or like itchiness. And for me, I was just taking it as a sign that I wasn't surrendering fully and I needed to surrender fully. So I was like, but I
You
was,
had a vision about me in my
No.
life.
no.
Oh, okay. Then.
It was
Never mind.
interesting though when I would hear other people and like the vision that they were having, all from breath, all from just breath
Susie,
work. Okay.
breath is everything, dude.
Well, listen. First of all, did you see the breath work circle I did with Mel?
Oh my God, I was dying.
I'll tell you the backstory on that one,
Oh
but
my God.
let me tell you this first. Okay,
Mel
so
was taking that shit real serious.
oh my gosh,
Was that like your
cracking up.
highest viewed reel? I was
So far.
dead. I
I
was
am
literally
dead.
laughed out loud.
I couldn't stop laughing. Anyways, back to this though. Okay, so it's Women's History Month. We go there. Everybody sets their intention out loud with the group on their breath work. So my intention was to just celebrate the women, like being a woman and the long line of women that I come from, because we come from a matriarch, right?
Yes, we do.
don't have a patriarch. We didn't have that growing up. We didn't have a grandfather. We didn't have all that. The head of our family was, as far as the generations I can remember, was our great grandmother.
Yep.
So I wanted to celebrate that. And from her came a lot of strong women. And from those strong women came a lot of bad habits, but also a lot of amazing qualities, right? So
Qualities.
I think a lot of times we focus on just the negative things that we get from our ancestors and all the
I focus
toxic
on the
traits,
good. Shoot.
but there's a lot of good things that come from them as well if you know how to use them to your benefit, like our resiliency, our grit, our ambition, our ability to be business women, our strength, our vocalness. Like we have a lot of strengths that we got
Yes.
from the women in our family. So I want my intention was to be there and to celebrate my womanhood, to celebrate the women in my family, and to just continue on my journey to be soft. So we start breathing. And I had a vision. And it was so fucking beautiful. So I'm breathing, right? You're breathing, laying down, eyes closed. And for me, it started with dirty feet in water. So it was dirty feet, really rough
Whose
looking
feet?
feet. Mama Mati,
Oh my
our great grandma. It was
God.
so beautiful.
By the way, Mama Mati is our great grandmother, and that woman, it's like that woman was one of one, and I will never forget
No,
her and
I
how
had
she
such a beautiful
was.
moment with her in my breath circle. So it was dirty feet, a piece like her legs, the bottom part of her legs, and the hem of a white dress. That's how it started. And the
But how did you
feet,
know it was her?
I just know it was her because I had a moment with her. So I knew it was her
Wow.
immediately. It was her energy for me, you know? So I'm breathing and I see her feet and I start to like have this vision. So her dirty, dirty, rugged feet were in crystal clear water. And the water was like washing her feet and washing her feet and making them clean and making them clean. So like I pan up and I can't see her face, but it's her in a white gown standing in this river and her feet are getting clean. And she gave me a hug and she said, "You are strong because I was strong." And that just made me start to cry because I was like, I know that I am strong because you were
Oh
strong.
my God, bitch, you're gonna make me cry.
It made me cry. I was bawling, like literally out loud in my circle. Like I was crying in my vision, but I was crying because she's like, "You are strong because I am strong." And she was so proud to say that to me. And I said, and I'm so grateful for everything that you taught me, for all the strength that I have had this far because I've needed it. I said, but guess what? We don't have to be strong anymore. I told her that and I gave her a hug. And she then started to cry too, but I couldn't see her face, but I could just feel her energies.
Oh my
And I said,
God.
we don't have to be strong anymore. Like, we can be soft. Like, you can be soft. Like, you can rest. We don't have to be strong anymore. And we hugged each other. And then my vision was over. But I was like, oh my gosh, like, I had a vision. And I had a vision of my matriarch because that was the intention of my circle. And I was able to give her back the gift of strength, but then I was able to give her
The
back the
gift
gift
of
of softness
softness.
because that is the mission that I am on. And she never had the opportunity to be soft. She had to be strong from jump. She had a really hard mom. She had a really hard marriage. She had to
Wow.
raise 5 kids by herself. She migrated to the United States and she came here as a immigrant. Like she never was able to be soft. And so I was able to give her the gift of softness and to release that need for her to be strong. It was the most beautiful moment. And it was on Women's History Month of all
Oh
months.
my God. Susie needs a. Can we get a napkin for Susie?
Yeah, my makeup's probably
Oh
all
my
smeared. Wasn't
God.
that
How
beautiful?
beautiful.
Super beautiful. I've been wanting to share that, but we just got so caught up, and there's been so many other dope things happening that I didn't. But
Yeah, it's amazing the beautiful things that come from breath. So like hypnotherapy, that technique that a lot of women are using now while like, you know, going into giving birth and labor is it
that was
basically it's
tackle.
a woman's ability to take herself into a very hypnotic state of birthing where relaxation completely takes over their body.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, it's not panic, it's not wherever you're having your kid, hospital, home, it's the breathing of, and it's a technique. And so yeah, I'm taking a hypnobirthing class. I don't think I'll learn all the techniques, but I feel like I know a lot of the techniques already because
Yeah.
I don't necessarily um lose my cool that quick. You know what I mean? I don't. Like I if I feel like anything is gonna change, I'm just like, oh my God, breathe it out, bitch. Like if I feel like I'm gonna snap, if I feel like I'm gonna have anxiety, I just go into my breathing. But
Yeah.
it's like it's intentional breathing, and that's what breath circles are about. That's what
Yeah.
breath work is about. It feels weird to breathe like like that,
It doesn't,
but
and it doesn't. Like
it doesn't
once-
anymore because we do that. But when you first start doing breath work, it does feel a little awkward because we're not
Well, 'cause
used to
it's
breathing
new.
that way.
It's new. It's funny because one of our listeners, her and her husband also traveled with me to Panama. Her name is Lucy, and she hit me up and she was like, "Hey, like, where do you do your breath circles?" So I gave her the information. She went with her husband, and they did a couple's breath circle together. And her and her husband send us on Fields to Love a DM. They were in tears. She was
Most
like,
people cry during
the
breath
most-
work.
she's like, "Thank you so much for this recommendation. Like, we had the most beautiful experience." I didn't even know that Jen did couples, which now I do know. And actually, I think though que la cagué for myself because of the exercise I try to do with Mel. Now I think it'll just be funny to me. I should have not done that, but my intention was, so I took what Lucy told me and the reaction her and her husband had, Robert, and I was like, "Babe, we should facilitate a breath circle with our couples here in Belize at one point and have them set an intention and just do like 10 minutes of breathing. I think it'll be super cool." He was like, "Okay, well, what does that look like?" And that's when I started recording us because I did not expect Mel's reaction.
He took it
to be,
serious.
girl. But
I was dead.
couldn't
I
take
was
him
like,
serious.
oh my God. I was like, you know what? No, now that you're talking about breath work, one of my really good friends, Curtis, he's a breath work facilitator. This dude, like, is, I want to say, I have taken breath work classes with other people, but Curtis, he knows his shit. And like, he walks you through, and the music that they play during breath work, it's
Yes.
not like meditational music.
No.
It's like
Empowering
it's
music.
empowering music.
Yeah.
Like you're going through it, you
Yeah.
know, and it's like, oh, it's amazing. At first I was like, what kind of music is this? But it's the breakthroughs come with the
Yes.
music.
Yes.
You know, so it's
At some point, though, the music gets muffled to me, depending what I'm experiencing. And definitely when I had my vision with Mama Mati, the music was just background. Obviously, your
Yes.
subconscious receives it, and it's, still empowering you, but it got muffled.
yeah. Okay. Straight up Sister Squad, would you guys want us to bring a breathwork facilitator on the show to talk about the power of breathwork?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Let us know in the comments. We definitely, right? Don't you think that would
Yes.
be? And I think he's actually going to be in LA in May.
Oh,
So
we must.
to bring him in would be you'll love Curtis. Like
Yeah.
he breaks down breath work. He trains teachers. He trains people to be breathwork teachers. So he knows his shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
That would be beautiful.
yeah.
Maybe we need to incorporate breath work into our Straight Up Sisters retreat.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Breathwork is
That-
so powerful.
Those days in Costa Rica are going to be like one breakthrough after another.
If more people
You ready to
incorporated
go to Costa Rica,
breathwork,
Austin?
breathwork, yoga, a lot of people would be less stressed, taking less medications, less snappy, less reactive, and the world needs that right now
Oh
because
my gosh,
everybody seems to
yes.
be reactive to everything. The other day, I was driving, I was in my Porsche, I was just driving, and this car was behind me, just like honking, and I was just like, "What? I'm not even doing anything. I'm just driving." And then this person went around me and like flipped me off, and I'm just literally, I was just on the road like everybody, and I was like, and it just it
How
was a
sad
girl
to be them.
actually. It was just driving erratic, and I was like,
I mean, we
God,
don't know what she's going through
I
either,
don't,
but obviously
but-
she had little to no control of her emotions at that moment. Yeah, breathwork has been a game changer. I would have loved to have him here.
yeah, we're gonna
and-
bring him
and
on.
educate people on the power of that, because obviously it's one of those things that it's foreign to them. And like I said before, when I've talked about my breath circle, there are people in my breath circle that they believe like they pray to the universe, or they don't pray to God necessarily.
Right.
I'm not there for them, and I'm not there for that.
Yeah.
I am there to connect with myself and to connect with my higher source, being God. Usually I'm praying the whole time. I'm thinking, I'm in gratitude, I'm praising. That's what I do in my breath circle. So a lot of people though would feel like, "Oh no, I can't do that because it's just not being in prayer." But it is.
Yeah.
It is what you make it.
It's your experience. I always tell my students in yoga, this is your experience on your mat. This is you with you.
Yeah.
Who are you comparing yourself to?
Yeah.
So yeah, breath work. Oh my God, I'm so glad you're tapped in, Susie.
Yeah. I'm
What
so
a beautiful
excited.
vision of Mama Mati.
Oh, it was.
That
I haven't
woman,
even told my mom yet.
that woman to me is it. She's like somebody that inspires me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Okay, so today, just piggyback off of sort of the green flag episode and just a lot of what I'm seeing is missing in the world is people have a desire to be something, or people have a desire to live a certain way, or people have a desire for life to play out a certain way, but they lack the ability to show up for themselves, or they lack the ability to show up to life. You can't have one without the other.
Showing up for everybody else but you.
Yeah. So this week on the show, we're going to talk about how to show up for yourself and how to keep on showing up for yourself.
Yeah. Keep on showing up, honey. All right, y'all. Patreon. We're coming back with this amazing topic of conversation. I can't wait to get into it and motivate that ass to like.
Seriously.
It's not about showing up once for yourself. Like, what is that going to do?
No, that's like literally like going to the gym one time and expecting results.
And then getting
It's
mad.
constant.
And then getting mad that you don't get them.
Yeah.
No.
Or feeling sorry for yourself that you don't get them.
God,
like, that's what I'm feeling right now, and that's what I'm seeing. There's a lot of pity parties out there.
Oh, God, I can't.
There's a lot of woe is me's out there. There's a lot of I don't know hows. There's too much of that. Too much of that. And I swear, if I can physically, tangibly reach out to everybody that reaches out to me with those stories and shake them, I would. Because if you're my follower, I know you've heard it more than once. Like, we need this to start sinking in. We need action on your part so that you start to produce the results that you want. It won't work without your part.
It won't, but it won't work if you don't do the work.
Yep. So we're going to talk about how to keep on showing up, how to show up and keep on showing up for yourself on the other side.
Period.